match. They say expectations are too high, and you'll never find a guy like that. It's driving you mad. They say, that is just a waste of time. Get your head out of the sky. But why? And why do scuba divers fall backwards into the water? Because if they fell forward, they'd still be in the boat. Come on, man. Like, that's... Ooh, and thank you so much for the redeem. That was quick. And why did I feel that way? Like, I got the vibe that it was gonna happen, so I actually already had Steam up. Because I do run VTube Studio on Steam. I just got a vibe. Oh, I wish I could emphasize the picture-perfect guy. Oh, that's right. 6 feet tall and super strong. We'd always get along. Alright, alright. Oh, he'd pick me up at 8 and not a minute late. 'Cause I don't like to wait, no, no. Kind and not afraid to cry or treat his mama right. Alright, that's what I like. So someone redeemed the model, so I'll go ahead and do that. Who is the student? Oh, who is the T student? T student? The only thing I think of T is like the T virus, while so green. And it was all green. I actually dislike the color green so much. Alright, that's what I like. And I'm doing amazing, man. How you doing? Are you doing fantastic? And hello, Ox, and hello, Wilden. Wilden was actually here early. They were here like 2 minutes or something. Not a minute late. Sorry I made you wait, though. Oh, kind and ain't afraid to cry or treat his mama right. Alright, that's what I like. Alright. We should be ready. I kind of want to put my face up a little bit taller. Can I do that? Yes, I can. But that's too tall. That's too tall. Too tall. Can I get a little bit lower? Okay, there we go. I didn't know you knew. I don't. I just assumed. Because it looks it's literally the Spanish word for spin. So I was like, okay, what's up, kind of. Alright, that's what I like. The T student. The T student. I don't know what that is. I kind of forgot. Be patient with me. It's I just got here. Oh, that's what I like. Ooh, pick me up at 8 and not a minute late. Do you hear the audio? But not her voice, because she's actually not speaking. Yes, AFK Journey is on, so you should be able to hear it. It began... Let me actually move this phone out of my face, because I do not need it, actually. It began with a recipe. Oh, I think I get it now, because of the... Okay, so we're trying to find Professor Lamar and... No, what's her name? Headmaster Zoria. Favorite tea, right? Ooh, 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 that's what I like. It began with a recipe. If you ask me, it was nothing special, but that is exactly what trends are all about. Something that spreads for no reason at all. No one knows who wrote it, it just went viral overnight. Soon the entire academy was innovating herbal tea recipes. Tea lovers, non-tea lovers, everyone wanted to brew the best. To outdo each other, they tested increasingly strange formulas, and some even resorted to odd magic. Well, you see, trends don't start for no reason. You know, like, trends don't start for no reason. The reason is that they want to be the best, you know? Or like they wanted to try something new. You know what I mean? It's not no reason. There is a reason. Back then, the Lyceum didn't have a kind hypogean. Back then, the Lyceum didn't have a kind hypogean like me keeping order. Those are some entertaining days. You know, I actually don't like sound effects like that. Like, it annoys me so much. Like, there's this one song that my sister loves and I hate. It's like, boom, boom. It's like supposed to be a gun, but I hate that sound. I don't know why, because it's not the sound. It's close to the sound, but it's not the sound. I like. Well, thank you for educating me, man. Onomatopoeias, I think those are the ones that I don't really like. Unless it's like an animal onomatopoeia. Does that count as an onomatopoeia? Is that even what the word means? But like, feel, you know, like cute, or like a meow is cute. But like, I don't know, it just bothers me. Or the that people do to attract cats, that doesn't work. I don't know why people do it, because it doesn't work. Cats will ignore you unless that is your cat and they know you like to do that. Like, I call mine all sorts of things and she comes to me because she knows I'm talking to her. Ooh, ooh. Oh, and I'm a moment late, cause I don't like to wait. That was a long time ago. The student days before everything that came later. What is with these students? Alchemy class is not a tea salon, and yet here they are, brewing blends like the assignment doesn't exist. I let them practice freely once, and they handed in 40 pots of herbal tea. 40! What do they think this is, a tea house? Well, let kids have fun. If they're learning, it doesn't matter. Tea in the crucibles? That's manageable. Look at me. What's wrong with your beard? Those maniacs claim they were researching mass production and illegally used the enlargement spell I taught them. In my class, above, I've never seen so much herbal tea. They flooded the classroom, turned the building into a herbal tea lake. My beard, my prized beard, soaked, destroyed. If your beard gets destroyed by tea, then it was not a prized beard. I'm just saying. Like, tea should not affect the quality of your beard. Unless you have maybe if you have extremely porous hair. Like, I'm talking like 4C. But this bro does not have 4C. And my day is amazing. How was your day? And even then, I don't know if that would matter. Because even the 4C girlies, they know how to take care of their hair. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would ruin the quality of your hair for more than like a week. Like, the week is probably it. It still looks magnificent. In fact, it smells does that say appetizing now? Lamar, I mean it. Another week of this and the students will turn the alchemy into a tea-fueled madhouse. Alright, breathe. We replaced all the crucibles and issued a strict warning. Herbal tea does not qualify as an alchemical potion. The flooded classroom is being cleaned. And Professor, about your beard becoming excessively delicious, I offer my sincere condolences. I've already contacted a specialist to help you restore it. It is weird that he needs a specialist to restore it because it's literally just hair. It can be soaked in anything and it's fine. Maybe if there's like sugar, like excess sugar, then okay, then rinse it out and then it's fine. You don't even need shampoo, just rinse it because it's tea. If there's milk is actually good for hair. So it's fine. Hold on, I need to sneeze. Bionicle soundtrack. Ooh, I don't even remember Bionicle like that. Oh, I'm glad your day was great, man. Delicious LOL, right? He's fine. He's just being a drama queen. I never signed up for your drama, up for your drama, up for your drama club. Now then, your problems are handled, which leaves dear Zoria. Were you also attacked by herbal tea? Anything I can do? No. To be precise, I stopped an explosion caused by rule-breaking herb tea development. Only one? Looks like the situation is still... It is 8 in the morning. This month alone, I've prevented 18 such cases. Additionally, a herbal tea competition is in full swing. Students are competing to brew the best. They hype it, promote it, and recklessly add dangerous magic. How terrific, Headmaster Lamar. I mean, terrible. This serious disruption to teaching has to stop. This has to stop now. This thing where you make tea, my friend, and don't even hear how you condescend. Students are distracted. Meals with herbal teas, writing recipes in class, late night experimenting. To conclude, they are neglecting their actual studies. Okay, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's where we should have started. Because if they're making tea in class, if they're still learning, like I remember I had one... I'm not even going to talk about all my dad's teachers. My dad's teachers were crazy. Like, for real, for real. But one teacher that I actually did the best was she would let me listen to music on my 3DS. And then... And this wasn't even, like, a me thing. It was just, like, for everybody. You could listen to music in class. As long as you weren't, like, messing around with your phone, like, too much. Basically, you could, like, switch songs and stuff. But you had to be, like... kind of discreet about it, but she wouldn't care. Like, if you had headphones in, like, okay, that's fine. And she would also let you eat and drink in class too. You just had to be neat, you know. I also had another teacher who also let you listen to music, but he didn't allow, and he would let you listen to music on the test too. So, like, that was fine. He was just like, whatever you got to do to pass, do it. And then don't cheat. That's all he was saying. So, like, you couldn't touch your phone because he wasn't sure if you would cheat. So you had to put, like, a playlist. Like, just, like, a playlist. And then keep it running. The best. I wanna be the very best that no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Gotta catch 'em. Okay. Had a feeling for tooth crake. Soft spot today. What does that mean? My point is that if it helps you learn and helps you relax, then go for it. And as a teacher, I don't think you should really stop it unless they're being disruptive, you know, because that's a whole different argument. The negative impact is extensive. 12 professors have co-signed a complaint, crazy, stating the craze has inflicted severe psychological trauma upon the Lyceum faculty. We recommend an academy rule revision. A new rule must be created to restore order. Zoria, I'm not saying no. I'm simply saying implementation has obstacles. We can find a way. Headmaster Lamar. Simply put, rule changes are heavy work. This tea craze touches... Oh my gosh, I cannot read today. This tea craze touches every corner of academic life. The impact is too broad for hasty edits. I will draft a formal proposal addressing the herbal tea situation. Then we can discuss it properly. And you know the rest. Little Lamar argued passionately, plus a few of his special tricks. And in the end, the proposal went nowhere. No rule was added. Still, it left scars on the teaching staff so deep that it became a part of campus history, hence the name Herbal Tea Incident. That's the whole story. So, any thoughts? We get to keep a music playlist on our homestead, just build the phonograph. Yeah, I need to do that because I actually unlocked some things because of Verdant Treasures. I didn't get the last 2 songs, but I got like the first 3 or something. But I want more music. I want more lively music, more bouncy music, because right now all of the music is really like chill, which is why I wasn't like passionate on getting all of the songs. Like, that's fine. But I want more bouncy. Like, I want more fun. Oh, it would be nice to even just be able to play like music from other areas that we already passed, or instrumental versions of the songs that were released, like Princess Yelena song, Siren song, like even like the, what's it called, try to betray us, you'll find only your grave. Because that was a Graveborn song. That was the Dead Tide Fleet song. That's the whole story. So, any thoughts? It must have been quite a mess. Zoria is way too serious. I'm not gonna say that. That's weird. Yes, unregulated magical experiments can have extremely serious consequences. Way too serious? My, aren't you full of surprises? You've even learned how to phrase things politely. Just say it. Little Zoria was overreacting. Zoria's face doesn't change, but you know better than to keep pushing the topic. So how did it end? Trends start for no reason and they end the same way. That's not true. That's not true. Trends start because there's a problem that needs fixing. Like they need energy, but they can't have coffee, so they have tea. Or they just want to try something new, or they want an activity that's cheap. Or they want to express, like, they want to share a part of the culture that they left behind, or, you know, or they brought their favorite tea. That's the reason it starts. And why does it end? Because everybody else who hopped on the trend, who doesn't have that tie, is no longer interested in it. Or, like, the algorithm stops pushing it. Trends don't start for no reason, and they don't end for no reason. There's always, like, a cause and effect, you know? Like, people lose interest. That's why trends go down. The gossip died, the mania vanished, and only a handful of standard recipes stayed in circulation. The Lyceum has long left the whole thing behind. If anything, it's the students that still have the habit of inventing new blends. It's almost like the trend didn't start for no reason, and there was a genuine interest in tea. They added more. Ooh, I can't wait. No spoilers. This trend is special. Okay. Which brings us to the real lesson here. I am irreplaceable. Without me, irreplaceable. That's reminding me of something. Irreplaceable. I am irreplaceable. 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 That's just such a complex word that I'm thinking it has to be like in a song I know, because I'm trying to think about it. Inevitable. Irreplaceable. Without me, you'd cease to be. No. I don't know it. I'm going to have to come back to it. But seeing the word irreplaceable kind of reminds me of another song. Oh! I think I know. Is it, wait for it? I am an original. I am inimitable. I am an original. No, it's not. I need to think about it. Beyonce irreplaceable? Maybe. And hello, James. And hello, Remnants. Sorry about yesterday from unable to duel. Rolling blackouts made it happen. That's rough. Did you have fun though? Like, are you okay? Are you good? Because blackouts make me think like danger, you know, like because you can't, when you black out, you cannot, like, you have no reasoning, right? So anything can happen if you're not around the right people, right? So I hope you're all right. Right now, it's beyond bad. Oh no, James. And that's okay if you can't duel. That happens. I'm just glad you're, you know, here. I hope you feel better soon. Came in talking about how you're irreplaceable. I know, I am, CO. Can't be replaced. Example of important. I'm trying to think of a song that has irreplaceable, but inimitable. I am a, that is not, wait for it. I'm feeling like it has to be, I don't know, like, we'll have to think about it because I don't know what song that is, but there's a song that's like, it's in my head, it will come out eventually. Without me, the Lyceum would plunge into utter chaos. Now where's the applause? I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause, applause. Live for the way that you cheer and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause. And I am an original. Yeah, that's wait for it. But that's not irreplaceable. I'm looking for the word irreplaceable specifically. I'm irreplaceable. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up irreplaceable lyrics. But that's Beyonce. Oh, it might be Beyonce, because that's to the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Ooh. All or nothing, so let's get to it. This time stalemate, but just you wait. Clock is ticking, so No taboos, win or lose, go all in. This is it. I know you're gonna like my brand new song. You're a genius, lol. You might be. All or nothing. I'm telling you, it's literally Beyonce's Irreplaceable. Yeah, yeah. You're welcome. Thank you, thank you. Cause that would like weigh on my heart. Like those things really do. You're gonna lurk? You never lurk. That's so strange for you. Just kidding, just kidding. Enjoy your meal. In that case, for the sake of campus order, I recommend revoking your vacation. That's crazy, Zoria. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. She already got the vacation fair and square. It's like when you tell your boss, like, oh, I need this time off because, you know, like I'm going to like this trip, for example. And then like 1 week before the vacation, after you booked everything and made plans and everything, they're like, actually, I'm not approving your leave. Like, get out of here with that. I'm not staying here. I paid my ticket. That's non-refundable. Hey, that's just cruel, not cute. It feels like something still doesn't add up. Let's ask Countess. This has to stop now. This thing where you think that you've been my friend and don't even hear how you condescend the way you always done. This has to stop now. Whatever it is that you're going through, we'll fix it together, me and you, the way I've always been. Rapunzel, listen. Yeah, I was trying to think about what song it was, Remnant, but I'm pretty sure it's Beyonce's song. Because, yeah, I know that part. I am inimitable, I am an original. I'm not falling behind or running late. I'm not standing still, I am lying in wait. Hamilton faces an endless uphill climb. He has nothing to prove, he has something to lose. And welcome in, Lucian. Thank you so much for coming in. And oh my gosh, Lemon got a 40 streak. Thank you so much for coming in, Lemon. And for 40 days as well. 40 days and 40 nights. Just kidding. But yeah, that song is Wait For It. But that song doesn't have Irreplaceable in it. Like I thought it did. Because I was trying to think about where I heard Irreplaceable. And I was trying to think of a song that had big words as well. Like Inimitable. But that wasn't it. I'm not falling behind or running late. I'm not standing still, I am lying in wait. Hi, Puffy on me, Yumi show, and welcome in, Christopher. Not during my break, what now? What, you want more details? Someone already set the terms? You made an agreement with someone else? It didn't break our deal, so don't get jealous. Want to know who it was? It was Professor Lamar. Not telling. My agreement with that person forbids it, even for you. Why do you look so smug? This feels off. And that's up to you to find out why. So, did you find the answer? Not even close. I'm even more clueless. Someone came here first and set up a challenge. You must clear it before learning the truth of the herbal tea incident. Magister Merlin, could it be that someone set the terms because they wanted to hide the herbal tea incident for some reason? Professor Lamar. Very few people can see Countess, you, Lamar, and Zoria. It could be Zoria trying to cover up her own over-the-top reaction, though, from being talked about, or Lamar covering up mess caused by poor oversight, or doing a kindness for the staff who took the worst of the tea craze. Who would it be? And thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate it. This has to stop. No, this. And thank you so much for the 7 stream streak. That's great too. I appreciate you. Zoria, I'm calling Belren, LOL. You've been getting Solis and Hepler and our tower friends, LOL. Both professors have a motive. I can't call it yet. The truth is tucked into what comes next. Now riddle 3. Also your last. Answer it. Third riddle. This place is bathed in sunshine and what? Smiles bring the sunshine in. And filled with blooming flowers. This person can ease the pain and offer comfort. Make a guess. The answer lies in somewhere warm, tucked among the flowers and resting at the bottom of a teacup. Wow, little Zoria is now talking in riddles too. Let me see. Just looks like riddles aren't your strong suit, little Zoria. Or are you trying not to be too hard on your adorable student? Shh. You already know the answer? Sure, it's the Grove Academy and Solis. Grove Academy? Solis. A place bathed in sunshine and filled with blooming flowers. That's Grove Academy. Someone who can ease pain and offer comfort. That's the healer, Solis. That's it. You're giving me the answer? That's surprisingly generous. Now, you can't accuse me of not helping, can you? You have the answer. Go. I'm off to rest. Good luck, little Merlin. The fun part is still coming. How old is Countess? And how long has she been here? Because she needs a break. It's been a long time. She might even be, like, due for retirement soon. This has to stop now, whatever it is that you're going through. Zoria, Cassidy, and... Hey, what's wrong? Are you feeling unwell? We're fine, don't worry. We wanted to ask you something, Professor Solis. Do you know Lamar and Zoria's favorite herbal tea recipes? Lamar and Zoria? I'm afraid I may not be able to help. As far as I know, neither Lamar nor Zoria really drink herbal tea. Huh? I rarely saw Lamar drink herbal tea. Maybe he never had time. Maybe he never found a flavor he liked. Or maybe he simply preferred iced sparkling drinks. Either way, he didn't have a habit. He's breaking the habit of making one. And he never talked about any favorite recipe. That sounds right. Magister Merlin and I didn't find a tea set when searching the headmaster's office. And Zoria, I'm sure you have reasons for not asking her face to face. But if you ask me, setting aside the question of how she'd drink tea with a body like that, ooh, I didn't even realize, because you're right, Zoria's the bat, not the body, because the body is just a gargoyle. She personally hates herbal tea a lot. I assume she likes, like, fruit more. She doesn't even keep teaware, so don't expect her to drink at a tea gathering, let alone working on recipes with anyone. Why, you ask? Professor Zoria would like to enlighten your student what? Would you like to enlighten your student yourself? Because of the incident? Because of the tea creator? Solis. Excuse me, I don't believe so. From what I know, Zoria hated the mess, not the tea or the person who wrote the first recipe. Speaking of which, do you know what the original recipe was, actually? The one who started the whole incident? That's so funny, because I read that completely wrong, but it was still accurate, in a way. I wasn't there, but that tea... Oh my gosh, I need a refresher, because I cannot read. I'm messing up everything. Petition to have all scenes voice acted. Just kidding. I know why they can't. I wasn't there, but that recipe left a strong impression. I'm pretty sure I kept a record. Give it a moment. The recipe includes black tea, singing leaves, moonflowers, and sweet liquid gold. This feels familiar, such an odd yet familiar recipe. Professor Solis, we actually found this recipe earlier. I believe we already read this last week, so we're not going to read it again. This is... Yeah, that's it. So you already had it. Solis laughs while covering her mouth, and her eyes keep flickering towards Zoria. Countess sneaking laughs is expected, but the gentle, composed Solis doing it is not. You and Cassidy trade looks utterly baffled. Professor Solis, why are you laughing? Sorry, it just reminded me of something. Very amusing, isn't that right, Zoria? You two are both the top of your year. Surely you've seen and read a lot. Tell me, have you ever heard of these ingredients? No, I've never heard of them. Has the Grove Academy ever grown anything similar? Good one, but the answer is no. In fact, even before I became a professor, the one managing the Grove Academy asked me that exact same thing. Countess has worked as a rule keeping for 20 years. Then we left for the Lightbearer Empire. That is diabolical. Like, we should... She needs a break, like, for real, for real. A simple recipe that sparked a school-wide mania, huh? Which tells you it wasn't simple at all. As for why it caused such a storm and what truly happened, let me keep that part for later. For now, please find the ingredients and brew this extraordinary herbal tea. Zoria and I will be waiting at the Petal Haven. We'll drink the tea together and then give you the final answer. First Zoria, now Solis. I'll talk it through with Cassidy first. What could these ingredients be? Magister Merlin, the recipe. I think I have a starting point. If this recipe caused a craze across the Lyceum, then it must have used something extremely rare or some advanced magic. It can't be advanced magic because everybody was making it. So not everybody has advanced magic. Maybe advanced for the regular person, but it should be normal for the Lyceum students. Or it wouldn't have been a trend. It would have been like a bourgeoisie kind of thing. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, my model's face looks disgusted when I do that. If this recipe caused a... Okay. Singing leaves. Leaves with a speech spell. Or maybe one's processed to give that crisp, sparkling drink taste. Moonflowers. Moon crystals, maybe? It's a rare potion material shaped like a flower, and it glows under the moonlight. No, it can't be, because it cannot be that expensive. It can't be a rare potion material, or everybody wouldn't have been able to make such an abundant amount of it. And it has to be simple enough that even if they neglect their studies, they can still make the tea, because they were neglecting their studies, and yet there was an overabundance of it. Sweet liquid gold? Well, I'll take it literally from here. Gold is found in spells very often, after all. And sweet probably means lots of sugar? Something's off. Those aren't even edible. I'm gonna say something's off. These ingredients are quite unusual. But they're the best matches I can think of. What's your take? No. What about the singing leaves? We shouldn't read it literally. Riddles again, maybe? You're saying the recipe is a riddle too. Maybe plant creature, leaves of a glimmer bloom? But glimmer blooms are everywhere. That's not special at all. That's the thing. It can't be special. It has to be unique. You know, like grenadine, the cherry flavor, is very common, but it's relatively unique. Like, if you put it in things, it makes everything taste different. So it's like a unique kind of flavor. But it's everywhere, you know what I mean? If you know where to look and where to buy it, you can get it. You can hardly distinguish their leaves from regular ones. They don't have to be special. Still better than speech spells. Alright, that's a good point. Then what about moonflowers? Moon crystals aren't poisonous. They're edible if they're processed and ground. Potions made with them taste crisp and refreshing. Maybe it works in cold brew tea. Who puts moon crystals in tea? It hints at flower being used in tea. A moonflower. It must be some prized bloom in the Grove Academy, I guess. No. Moon is a keyword tied to the moon and sweet. Moon and it's sweet? You mean laurel flowers? Exactly. Laurel flowers would work, but it feels almost too common. What about sweet liquid gold? I'm sure I'm right about that one. No, you're not! Why would you ever make tea with gold? Maybe it's just a metaphor. So something looks like melted gold and tastes sweet. It's honey. Shush. Did you hear that? It was like, shush. Wait, do I have another thing open? Okay, because I was actually playing a game and the voice actually sounds like what I heard, but the game is closed, so it's fine. honey, glimmer bloom leaves, and laurel flowers. Yeah, those are all easy to find. That's actually it. Because that actually makes more sense. Because it can't be crazy hard to get or everybody wouldn't be making it. Professor Solis said the ingredients weren't even grown in the Grove Academy. They must be extremely precious. Besides, they don't just fit into a recipe that sparked a historical incident affecting the whole academy. They aren't grown here either. Taste is all that matters. For me, sweet means perfect. The recipe does say plenty of honey, though. The brew should be tasty then. Fine. Your instincts are rarely wrong. Let's give it a shot. Ingredients: black tea, glimmer bloom leaves, laurel flowers, and honey. Pour water into a pot and add laurel flowers. Bring it to a boil and add black tea and glimmer bloom leaves. Once the mixture is cooled slightly, stir in a generous amount of honey. I like the clue collecting, underline words indicating you found one. We even have the archives for them in our collections. Nice! Okay, so I'm going to go in the order of the instructions. I just feel that's right. So, flower, tea, leaves, honey. Okay, actually, it doesn't even matter. Because I was wondering if it was the order of the ingredients or the order of the instructions. But we didn't even do the alchemy thing, so it's fine. These laurel flowers should do. Their sweet aroma fills the air. I will make you proud, get the answers and set you free. Don't you worry, whatever it might take, I'm finding a way. And I swear right now that no matter what comes of me, anybody who stands or has stood in my path, they're going to pay. They will pay. It's honestly diabolical that Cassidy's power pulls them to us when that's not really what I want, because I have a lot of like background people, like you know what I mean, like not tanks, people in the back. Hey DJ, won't you play that song for me? I love the metaphor for each ingredient. Yeah, I do like it. It was kind of creative. These leaves should do. Still looks like regular ones to me. So it goes flower, the tea, then the glimmer bloom leaves, and then the honey. Like, we need the poo honey. Ooh, I've brought a jar. Let's fill it with honey. Ooh. Petal Haven. Have you found the answer? Looks like you've collected everything you need. The utensils and black tea are ready. Go ahead. Will you have a cup? It should taste decent. No, I'll only drink the one promised. Go make the tea. I'm not going to read it. I already remember it. So I'm going to try the order of the instructions, not the order of ingredients. And if I remember correctly, it is the flower. The flower. Okay. Flower gleam and glow. Let your power shine. Make the clock reverse. Bring back what once was mine. Heal what has been hurt. Change the fate's design. Especially liquid gold equals honey. You see, liquid gold always reminds me of oil. So, I knew that was definitely going to be a metaphor. I just didn't know what it would be. But liquid gold being honey does make sense. Herbal tea. A herbal tea brewed from the ingredients you deduced. The kettle gurgles as steam rolls up. Sweet fragrance flips out through the lid. The herbal tea is ready. Solis takes the cup and sips lightly. Laurel flowers and honey make the black tea so richly sweet until the leaves balance it out. Sweet, but not heavy. I like the herbal tea made by her very much. But Cassidy, why didn't you make your own? Huh? Me? And hello, Roni. How you doing? How are the episodes going? I know you're rewatching season 5. How's it going? Yeah, I caught a bit of your discussion earlier. You seemed to disagree, didn't you? Why not try it in your own way and make a blend that belongs to you? Because Magister Merlin already had an idea, and she's the best mage, and so is her recipe. Bro, you don't even know that. Maybe she has the knack for making tea. Just got done. Oh, nice. So now you're rewatching season 6. Hey, I hope you have fun. And besides, I'm not much of a tea taster, so it's easiest to just follow her recipe. I see. Alright then. Since the tea is made, I'll keep my promise and answer the questions you asked earlier. What's so special about this recipe? We'll have to start at the very beginning. Back before I worked here. Back then, the Lyceum is steeped in pride and dignity of mages. Everyone shared the same belief. Grades were everything. Mana was everything. And then you wonder why this trend started. Because people were just looking for a place to breathe. You know, grades are not everything, and people get stressed. Stressed maintaining those grades, stressed comparing themselves to others. Because no one is ever, like, satisfied with where they are, usually. Everybody wants to be the top. Everybody wants to be the best. Remember the Beverly Hillbillies, them song? I don't know that song. You gotta work hard to make it look easy. You gotta live fast to keep making that money. So, like, even number 2 would try to compete for number 1. So, of course, people are looking for a break. Campus life wasn't life so much as routine. Yeah, and then you wonder why this trend started. Okay, let me not be. Students spend their days studying, researching, experimenting, writing papers, plus endless drills in proper mage etiquette. And social events? Those were just polished networking sessions for highborn students. Mediocre grades or an unremarkable background meant you wouldn't get to touch a teacup. The hierarchy was forced on everyone. It's almost like they were mimicking rich people because they themselves wanted to feel rich. Like, come on now. They stayed in their place and lived quietly inside the lines. The Lyceum was gray and stagnant until I don't even know what to say. Top student at the time posted a tea party invitation on the public notice board one day. She claimed she discovered an extraordinary herbal tea recipe during an expedition, but the recipe didn't list ingredients clearly. Instead, it was a riddle. What's more, she already solved it and was ready to make the best version according to her interpretation. She invited the whole academy to test this extraordinary tea and even pinned the recipe on the board too. Anyone who thought they had a better version was warmly welcomed. And then her little heart went black. Oil, black gold, Texas tea. Once upon a time, there was a man named Jed. Who's Jed? Is that part of the song? I feel like it should be like, oil, black gold, Texas tea. Once upon a time, with an ice cold beer, was a man named Jed. You know, that's how every country song goes. Like trucks, ice cold beer, Texas. And did many people really show up for a tea party? Yes, thanks to her, curious students packed the garden so densely that 3 practical classes were canceled on the spot. That's crazy. With no personal information publicly known, the mysterious top student was the subject of much speculation. The invitation naturally caused quite a stir. That was a long time ago. The student days when a revolution was called for. Viva la revolution! We hold these truths to be self-evident. The top student is hosting a tea party, her first ever social event, and it's open to the entire school? What is she up to? Maybe it was for extra credit? But as far as I know, only balls and volunteer work count. Balls and volunteer work. What? A regular tea party shouldn't, right? It has to be an experiment. The tea party is just camouflage. She's definitely put something in the tea to test its effects. No, worse. What if there's no tea at all? Tea is clearly a metaphor for whatever is keeping you down. The corporations are... This is a code, a scheme, something secret. The theories piled up, but when the crowd students with wildly different motives finally showed up at the garden, only to find that the truth was painfully simple. It was nothing but a normal tea party, where everyone got herbal tea the host personally thought tasted best. The tea itself was average, and many found it underwhelming. The attendees went home baffled, and a new theory started to take root. Maybe the top student got it wrong. Otherwise, tea wouldn't have been like this. Ordinary. Maybe she's wrong? That's why the tea never became extraordinary at all. But she's the top student. So what? Who says number one is always right? Who says top students always have the best ideas? Our solution could be just as valid, if not better. No, she got a point. Like, she's being aggressive about it, but she's right. Just because you're the best at one thing doesn't mean you're the best at everything. The top student is good at studying. That's what they're good at. Or good at taking tests or something, you know? They're not the top chef. I would expect a chef to have better tasting tea, but even then, that's not even a tea brewer. I don't know whose job it is to brew tea, but they would be the one who excels at that, and that could be you. You have to give it a shot. If it interests you. Of course, not everything is going to interest everybody. Everybody's different. But don't be mistaken. You could be the one that has that secret sauce. That's true. To be honest, I didn't love the tea. It was too sweet for me. Exactly. Everyone's palate is different. She likes it, good for her. We don't have to. By the way, what kind of tea do you like? She's right. Like, that's literally, she said it perfectly. She's a derisive student, but that's fine. I love her hair, by the way. It's really nice. I like tea, too. I mean, I like sweet things. I mean, I do like tea, but I like sweet tea. I prefer sour and spicy tea? Sour and spicy tea? You're kidding me. That is wild. You should be hesitant on that. That's a wild opinion. That's bold. I'll give you that. He's literally like putting hot sauce in their tea or something. With questions in their heads, students restudied the recipe. They started making blends based on their own judgment instead of treating the top student's creation like sacred scripture. Before long, the whole campus joined in. Students brewed, tested, and brought their creations to debate with anyone who would listen. Verbally and physically. Some students ended up trading fists with other creative differences. That is wild. Okay, that's when I draw the line, okay? There are lines that can't be crossed. There are things you shouldn't do. And top student, I know, me. Records show that the number of rule violations in those months exceeded the total of the previous decades combined. I mean, I don't even think it was the tea that caused that. It was people looking for excuses to throw hands. It was quite a mess. Students swarmed the Grove Academy for ingredients and nearly stripped it bare. But it was entertaining, wasn't it? I heard some unique recipes emerged, sour and spicy flavor. I'm strangely tempted to taste it. Your tea should not be spicy and sour. That's absurd. But hey, if somebody comes up with a good recipe, we should do that. We should make our own tea thing. We should make our own tea recipes. I realized that my model is actually facing in the opposite direction of me. So I'm looking right at the mic right now, but she's like looking at the game, which is kind of funny. So things actually happened. Did that really happen? I never heard about it. That's what fads are like. They come fast and fade fast. It's like they never existed. I'm gonna just say that's what fads are like. I don't really agree that it's a fad. It's a result of a lot of things. If you ask me, the impact on the academy is far more lasting than you think. I guess the fad is fine. Let me look up the definition of fad. Define fad. An intense and widely shared enthusiasm for something. Okay, so it is a fad. especially one that's short-lived, okay, and without basis in the object's qualities, a craze. Okay, so it's not a fad. Well, I guess it can be considered a fad because this one says especially. So that means it's not exclusive to, but a lot of fads are short-lived and without basis in objects' qualities, a craze. It wasn't just like a craze. Rapunzel, listen, I'm listening. Before that, holding tea gatherings was more of a privilege. There was no relaxed chatter, no effortless joking, and no afternoons chosen on a whim to enjoy the sun and the blooms. Okay, so I don't get that. Like, I don't get that. If you like tea, you should enjoy it regardless of your social class. Because tea, you can get the leaves everywhere. And when I mean everywhere, I literally mean it. You just need boiled water and dandelions. Dandelions are so common. Dandelion, dandelion. Out of the explosion of new recipes, several winning recipes endured ruthlessness. It's mercy upon ourselves. Filtering. They were improved over time and tuned into familiar herbal recipes today. Some students even found their real passion. One of them decided not to become a mage at all and dedicated themselves entirely to tea drinks. That's crazy, and I appreciate it because that's kind of what trying new hobbies is like. Like, you can be a mage, you can be both, actually. You can be a tea guru and then make your own little tea business if you want, while also being a mage. And then if you decide you don't want to be a mage, that's okay too, especially if your tea is popping off, you know? Everyone has just like a different knack for different things. And maybe you found that student who really loves making tea, but they don't know how to make a business, but you know how to make a business. You can go in together. And then you see what I mean? Like, there's so many options. Don't lock yourself in a box. If memory serves, that student later earned investment from the Mithril Consortium and opened a beverage shop. It's big hit. Most people forgot it. Why did you remember it, and how did you know so much? The particular incident is exactly why I came to the Lyceum. Huh? I'm not sure I follow. The herbal tea incident ignited a wave of interest in herbalism. The next year, course enrollment doubled. Faculty couldn't keep up, so the academy opened hiring. And the students made one request very clear. They wanted a new professor who welcomed doubts and encouraged innovation. That's how every teacher should be. And that's why I was here. That's why I get to study and communicate with brilliant minds like you. I see. So Cassidy, are you still convinced she is always correct? Do it on your own terms. Make a tea that belongs to you. I'm going to say do it on your own terms because if I say make a tea, she's going to be like, okay, Merlin wants me to make tea. So I'm going to say do it on your own terms. Because if she doesn't want to make tea, she doesn't have to make tea, only if she feels inspired to do so. All right, give me a moment, please. I'll follow my heart this time. You watch as Cassidy hurries off. Have you found the answer? And we thought dwarves are passionate about their ale, right. They should write a country song with dwarves. Have you found the answer? 3 riddles solved. It's over. So tell me, have you found your answer? I low-key forgot. I've got new questions. I forgot we were even answering a question about what is Professor Zoria and Professor Lamar's tea. Actually, we did figure it out. They don't like tea like that. At least Lamar didn't like tea like at all. And Zoria says she doesn't like herbal tea, but she could possibly like other tea. Any more questions? Ask away. I'll answer as best as I can. If it meant to improvise, what are Lamar and Zoria's recipes? That's what I'm saying. Well, so Lise looks at Zoria and lets out a stifled laugh. It's deja vu. Countess did the same thing earlier, smirking at Zoria like she knew a joke you didn't. So what's the answer? Somehow you're even more unsettled than before. Sorry, I can't answer that one. At least not yet. Don't rush. I'm sure Zoria will tell you soon enough. Just not until the moment is right. For now, let's wait for Countess's tea. Oh, Cassidy's tea. I'm genuinely excited. It'll be her own creation. That's the flavor I'm waiting for. Freedom. Whatever it turns out to be, I know I'll like it. It's so funny. When I read freedom, I literally heard Mr. Hyde. Freedom! An inspiration to inspire others freely. Cool. 100%. Let's give her a little more time. How about a few rounds of Century Quest? No, that's the whack-a-mole game, right? I don't like the whack-a-mole game. Don't make me do the whack-a-mole game. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Not a word about Bruno. No, no, no. Why did I talk about Bruno? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. He's here. Oh. Okay, finally. I could have finished that faster, but they actually just not put the... They didn't put the ones I needed. They put like honey and like flour. It could have been faster. Cards flip, time flows. With the funeral arrangements piling up, Zoria excuses herself first. You agree to meet again tomorrow at noon in the cemetery for the promised tea gathering. Several rounds follow, and more, enough that you start to suspect you're slowly being shuffled into the deck. Here comes Cassidy with her tea. I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. I completely lost track of time. I thought it over, and I'm convinced a magical approach to the recipe is the only way to brew an extraordinary herbal tea. First, I made a carbon tablet and shaped it into a leaf using magic. That is diabolical. What are you planning, Cassidy? Drop it in before you drink, and it dissolves and fizzes beautifully. Also, it has a crisp taste, perfect for cold brew. As for the flour, I used pomelo flowers and moon crystal powders. More depth, more brightness, more moon. And liquid gold, well, I liked honey, so I kept it. In the moon crystal powders, it comes with a unique property. It refreshes the mind and greatly improves study efficiency and casting success rates. Well done, Cassidy. Now you have your own version of extraordinary herbal tea. Alright, let's taste it. The pride of a new era. Would you like a cup? So Lise and you drink Cassidy's tea. It's way too sweet. Oh, I should have said, pushing the refreshing note too hard made it a little bit bland, so I added a proper amount of honey on the top of the base recipe. I thought it was just right. Honey makes it tastier, but I guess I overdid it. Are you alright? If it's too sweet for you, you don't have to finish it. As long as you like it, it's just right for me. Really? But your face says otherwise. Please don't push yourself. By the way, where is Professor Zoria? Explain to Cassidy. The tea party is tomorrow, but I still have no idea about Laymar and Professor Zoria's favorites. We still have tonight. Let's tell the story of tonight. Raise a glass to freedom. Something they could never take away, no matter what they tell you. Raise a glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there's tea of us. So Lise quietly gives you space. You gather every clue so far and talk deep into the night. Night deepens. Even Cassidy's focus tea can't hold back the tide of sleep. You decide to rest, preparing yourselves for tomorrow's tea party. I wonder if Cassidy, Sylvan, Pippa would be friends and lighten. Before you know it, it's nearly noon. Time to head to the cemetery. If they would be friends and lighten Countess's life, it would be a secret for all four. Pippa, no. I feel like everyone would be down to be friends. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Cassidy, yes. I think Cassidy's perfect. Especially how she like listens to Merlin very well. So I think that if we say that Countess is cool, Cassidy would probably be okay with it. But Sylvan, we already know that he has kind of like a so he's a knight who values honor and all of that, and on top of that, she's a hypogean, so I feel like that would be kind of messy. And he doesn't respect us as much as Cassidy does. So I'm not sure if that would go very well. And even when he tried to make friends with Jervin, Sylvan didn't have the best intentions at first. Yeah, people make mistakes, but people are highly biased against hypogeans, so I'm not sure if he could get over that. Pippa, she would be friends, however, she cannot keep a secret. I don't feel that way. I don't think she would survive keeping a secret. She would let it spill by accident. That place reminds me of Genshin Impact. Really? This one or the cemetery? Like the lobby? I don't play Genshin, so I don't know. Time to give your answer. Good afternoon. It's time to give your answer. How's your progress? After last night's discussion, we're still left with 3 questions. Did Lamar like herbal tea? Who set the terms with Countess? What did the recipe mean? The thing is, the one I was looking at is not enough description because chat and stream have a delay. So I guess you mean the lobby, I guess. But I'm not 100% sure. Because there's like a delay, so I can't just look at chat and then see it. Zany and the others got along with Kulu. It may take time, but would it work? Especially for Countess's sake? For Pippa, no, because she can't keep a secret. Sylvan, maybe. I'm trying to think. Because the thing that happened in Brimstone Village was that specifically they were already breaking the rules, you know? Like, they weren't, like, holy people. And not Countess, but... So, Kulu, she came in before they knew she was a hypogean, and she was doing something that the mine needed. She needed to explode things. So what they needed was what she could do. So she could provide bombs, which is what mines use to get all the ore out. So they were already predispositioned to like her. So when they found out that she was a hypogean, it was okay. Because, well, she didn't hurt any of us. And she was actually helping us. So that's why I feel like it works for Kulu. But think about it on Countess's side. I don't think they would like her because, one, she's a strict rule follower. Meaning, who beat everybody up in the library when they broke rules? It was Countess. They were afraid of her. So finding out and having a name to that face, or like a name and face to those actions, is not going to be good. It's not going to be predispositioned. And then to like her, they're going to be predispositioned to dislike her. And to find out on top of that she's a hypogean, that's going to be even more of an issue, I feel. And hello, meme. Now, I do think that some people would be really chill with it, and I feel like some people would not be. Cassidy probably will be okay with it. Sylvan, I don't think so. And Sylvan didn't even have, like, the best grades compared to, like, Cassidy or Jervin. So I feel like even that would be... I feel like he would have been bullied by Countess, you know? Pippa, I feel like she could vibe with... No, because then I feel like she would be scared at first and then get used to her. Because, again, Pippa is not known for keeping all the rules. She's kind of like explodes things by accident and causes mayhem like that. So I don't think Countess would like her, and I don't think Pippa would, like, she would be afraid of her. I don't think she would hate her, but I think it would take some time. And how are you doing, meme? Some students might know her voice from rule keeping, but could it be understood with them in understanding? Maybe. It could be. Of course, this is just like my view on it. Officially, there might be like an interaction where they do in fact meet and they do get along. It is just my opinion about how they would. But I'm not an expert. I'm not even a writer. Did Lamar like the herbal tea? Who set the terms with Countess? What did the recipe mean? Anyway, let's start with the first question. Did Lamar like herbal tea? No, I don't think so. I'm going to say Lamar's routine. Revision. It didn't do anything. I'm going to go with this. Lamar rarely had leisure to brew tea. In truth, he didn't particularly like it. Revision proposal, tea incident, and significance. At its core, Lamar's attitude was a defense of what remained after the incident. Its impact is quite transformation of the academy. And hey, Serena! I think once they get Merlin and Zoria to vouch for Countess, all would be fine. Sylvan would for sure be hesitant, but he trusts Merlin and respects Zoria, so their word would go a long way, I think. Honestly, valid take. Valid take. Especially, yeah, Professor Zoria. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think, yeah. There's a possibility. I think I already read that, so I just moved on. What Lamar what? Oh my gosh. What Lamar cherished wasn't herbal tea itself, but the freedom, ambition, passion, and spirit of innovation it represented. I like that. What Lamar cherished wasn't herbal tea itself, it was what it represented. Freedom, ambition. He was guarding the endless well of student passion and intervention. Even a passing spark matters, if it can leave even one lasting ember. So that's what Lamar was really after. And I like that about Professor Lamar. He was taken too soon. Next question. Let's work on the next question with Cassidy. Who set the terms? In the library, we had to pass a challenge before we got access to the records related to the herbal tea incident. Who would set the terms? Was it Professor Zoria? No, something doesn't add up. The person who set the terms is clearly trying to cover something up. Zoria has no reason to bother with riddles and guide us straight to the truth. That's true. I never thought it was her, because why would she send us on this wild goose chase just to take it away, right? Okay, that was such a long black screen, I was wondering if it was going to crash. Okay. Terms and their purpose. Countess invisibility. A deal. I'm gonna go with this. A deal, Countess invisibility. Recipe origin. Ooh. Actually, Sylvan could have trust issues because of Gervin, so maybe he wouldn't trust her. Well, but I'm trying to think. I think maybe with time, maybe. Ooh, it's kind of hard. It's hard to think about it. Because, like, would his distrust... Because, yeah, it's also interesting that Gervin was half, like, because of the Hypofiend form. So he would also be, like, against Hypofiend because of that. And then Hypofiend and Hypogean go very hand in hand. So, I'm trying to think. Would his disdain be enough? Like, which one would outweigh? Would it be trust in Merlin and Professor Zoria, or even in the spell that's keeping her hidden and the contract that, like, outweighs the distrust? I think maybe, if anything, Sylvan just avoids Countess. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Because he's not a bad guy. I think he just wouldn't like her because of other things, like because of the whole situation with Gervin, but he knows that she's not dangerous because of Merlin and Zoria and the whole contract thing. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna say, oh wait, did I say this last time? Because this was honestly what I see. I know it's today. Ooh, I'll show up today. Oh man, I am not cooking. What is this? Everything I do fails. Okay, let's think about it. Let's actually think about it. Countess's invisibility, a deal. This didn't work, right? Okay, so Countess invisibility, that has nothing to do with, it has to be terms and purpose, right? Okay, good. Oh, these deduction parts never work out how you think. I never got these right on the first try, even after reading and think it all through. Might be a localization issue, really. Because, yeah, I feel like that mechanic was... I like the mechanic, it's just I feel like it doesn't... And then I feel like they give us all the answers so that by the time we actually get to this deduction part, we already know everything. So it's just like figuring out how these connect. You know what I mean? Like, I already knew. I don't know if I'm explaining it properly. Lamar stood with his students, and Zoria led you to its truth. If they wanted it concealed, they chose the worst possible method, which means it couldn't be Lamar or Zoria. You were behind the herbal tea incident. A former top-ranked student, not Lamar, not Zoria, and someone who was able to sign an agreement with Countess. Jura above. There's only one name that fits. There's only one truth. It's you. The herbal tea incident spiraled out of control, caused a huge mess in ways even you couldn't predict, and left an indelible, I've never even seen that, psychological scar across the entire faculty. That's diabolical. But you know what? You know what? I will not tolerate the slander that I messed up that dude's beard. That did not happen. Bro just wanted extra care from Professor Lamar. I'm just saying. There's no way that some tea messed up his beard. So you struck a deal with Countess and locked every record of the huge embarrassment away, out of sight and out of mind. No wonder Countess kept smirking like a villain who'd already won. She was watching you walk straight into the punchline. That's actually kind of diabolical. Countess can forget about her vacation. You swear it silently. No way! I would never punish Countess for that. Because she didn't even do anything wrong. She kept all the rules. She kept the deal. Because realistically, that's the only thing you can do. I'm not taking away her vacation. She needs it. She's been working for 20 years. So the top student who caused the herbal tea incident was Magister Merlin. Well, I'd even forgotten. Technically, I'm a patient. Amnesia is not a valid defense. It kind of is. Well, no, actually, it's not. It's not. Because even if you don't know of the crime you committed, you still committed the crime. You can still do it. You have to do the time. You know what I mean? P.S. That's precisely the reason why you have to investigate personally. You need to retrieve your memory. Now it makes sense. Zoria, who knew all along, her plans was to have the amnesiac Magister Merlin retrace the incident until she uncovered the truth she started herself. And then relive the humiliating... It's not even that humiliating. Stop trying to make me embarrassed. I'm not. Never heard... Indelible. Adjective. Thank you so much for putting it in chat. I want to learn, but I can't always Google it. Although I do sometimes. Not able to be forgotten, removed, or erased. An indelible stain. Indelible memories. It kind of sounds cool. I want to implement that. Never heard this word before either. Word of the day, I guess. 100%. Depends on the crime, I feel. Yeah. Oh, it depends. I'm trying to think. Top student gave away a lot for me. I was just waiting to see if I was right. Surprise! 100%. That's just... Thank you for your explanation. So this was all a prank from Zoria. I'm not going to say that. You're welcome, Magister Merlin. Correct. If you prefer, you may interpret it as a small act of revenge from a wounded faculty. LOL, that's crazy. Does that mean we fast? Strictly speaking, this is hardly a test. The answer has been in plain sight the entire time. The point is whether you can spot it and name it accurately. Wait, the recipe we found in the empty coffin was the one that started the herbal tea incident, which means that was your recipe, Magister Merlin. But why did it end up buried in a buried coffin? A thought flashes through your mind, stitching every clue and question together. Who was buried in that coffin? Who raised the tombstone? And who planned to remove it in secret? It was us, right? Well, I gotta go. Have a good one. Well, thank you so much for staying, Brony. I hope your day is beautiful, like you. And I hope you finish season, I believe, 6. Was it 6? I know you mentioned it, but I don't... Yeah, it's season 6. You're watching season 6 now. So I hope season 6 is even better than when you watched it the first time. And who plans to remove it in secret? The truth is close enough to touch. All that remains is deduction. And proof. Let's go back to where it's buried. There's one more thing we need to confirm. I'll return the empty coffin and find the final answer. Ooh. close your eyes, through the cold coffin, you sense a faint but familiar trace of magic. There's a residual magic on this coffin. It's faint, but it's definitely here. The signature feels so familiar. Was that left by whoever dug it up? Who could it have been? Empty coffin, abandoned coffin. The buried. Trace of magic. I'm gonna say abandoned coffin, trace of magic. That feels like it has to be right? Okay, I guess not. Empty coffin. No, I'm gonna do abandoned and burial. Okay. I can say empty. Trace of magic. Bro! I'm so bad at this. I remember we could not connect to the tree of life, but how? Is it this part of it? Maybe. But you're giving too much away with that. You're giving too many spoilers with that, Wilden. No spoilers, remember? Who was buried? Who raised the tombstone and who dug it? It has to be abandoned, right? Like, it has to be abandoned coffin. Because somebody was in there. Or somebody was using it. So it has to... I feel like... It was trace of magic, right? Like, I know I did that already, but... I've accessed this before. Was there any news on the next chapter? It's going to be in Savannah. So we're going to go to the court mage thing. Like, where Cassidy's going, we're also going. But I'm not sure if that's related. Like, I don't know if we're going through the whole court mage thing or if we're going to do something separate in the same city. But we are going to Savannah. But on Monday, free run collab is happening. So if you like free run, we're gonna have it. And I honestly think it looks so pretty. I don't even watch free run like that. Like, I didn't really vibe with the series, but they look gorgeous. Like, I can't even say anything because they look good. Ooh, 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 Man, I feel like I clicked every option. You know what I'm gonna do? I am not gonna read the spoiler because we are avoiding spoilers, Serena. Okay, it was the first two. The coffin usually holds the body, or what can stand in its place if there is no body. Your recipe could serve as a substitute for what should have been inside, so the one who was buried here was you. However, you didn't die, but slept for a long time. The moment you returned to the Serene Lyceum and told everyone the truth, the coffin lost its purpose. Freeman didn't look like something I'd enjoy. I tried it because, remember, I started watching it when the free run collab with Mabby happened. I was like, ooh, I want to prepare for the little collab, so I have to know what free run is about. I watched one episode and was so disappointed. I was like, this is really slow. And the entire first episode was pretty much a flashback. Or it wasn't really a flashback. It was like a whole, like, it was really like a lot of exposition in the first episode. Which is fine, it's the first episode, so I was like, okay, it's never fair to judge an anime based on the first episode, so I watched the second one, and the entire episode was like flower collecting, so I was like, oh wow, this is diabolical. And then the third episode, no, it wasn't even flower collecting, it was the second one, because, like, it was just so long, and almost nothing happened in every episode, and then I guess you could say, like, I guess it wasn't nothing because there was a whole like romantic undertone with Himmel and Freeren and, you know, like that whole thing. But remember, I'm not a fan of romance. So for me, it was like watching nothing. But I know realistically that something did happen, and I know like a lot of people surely swooned during that moment. Spoilers will be met with... Oh, it wasn't an actual spoiler? Oh, okay, because I don't like reading them, so I just also skipped it. But let me actually check. Odie is canonically blonde according to the game plotline, apparently. Oh, interesting. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Freerun for sure is the biggest collab Journey has gotten. They're definitely put money on this one. That's what I'm wondering too, because Mabinogi, got a Freerun collab too recently. So I'm wondering, is Freerun trying? Like, are they reaching out to people? Because how is Freerun catching all these names? Like, I'm just curious on the technical aspect. Because how do collabs work among businesses in anime? Is there like a website they go on and then they just pick? Or is it like a friend of a friend knows somebody, so they reach out to somebody on the team? Or like, how does that work? It was definitely a slow series. Don't feel bad for not liking it for that reason. It doesn't get better than that. LOL, that's kind of crazy. I was thinking about watching it on like times 2, because I remember I was watching it on times 1. And I watch a lot of things on times 2. So, I think that might also be one reason I disliked it, because it was really slow and it didn't even, and I was also watching it at a slow speed. So I'm thinking about just giving it another shot and then watching on times 2. Everything is collabing with Freerun, or Freerun is collabing with everything. That's a possibility, because I'm wondering, I feel like the chances are low, right? Like, what are the chances that happened, that they both collabed with Freerun, especially Mabby. Mabby is such an old game. I don't think anybody's, like, at least with AFK Journey. AFK Journey did win like mobile game of the year or something 2 years ago. So I can see why AFK Journey would appeal, and it's still like a very ongoing game and still new. So I can see why AFK Journey appears to Freerun. But Mabby? I don't know very many people who enjoy Mabby. It feels like a very niche, tight-knit community, but who knows? The familiar signature belongs to Zoria. She was the one who raised the tombstone to honor a student she once had. Zoria was also the one who dug the coffin up, since according to her, it no longer serves that purpose. I'm curious about how the collabs are decided too. But I'm willing to bet that Freerun is reaching out for collabs to maintain hype, because the second season was significantly shorter than the first. I see. And the third season is far away, it seems. That honestly makes sense. And because Freerun is a really hyped series, they do want to keep it on people's mind, I guess. That makes sense, right? I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. Other properties want to collab with Freerun. That makes sense too, because Freerun is, again, like I said, a very popular series. So it has to be mutually beneficial for for both things, right? Sylvan does get along with General Valka in our tavern. You notice her night gear, like the White Ridge Knights. Oh, really nice. Oh, because he's one of... Wait, no, he wasn't. Am I tripping? Can someone, like, fact check? Is Sylvan related at all to the Knights of the First Divine War? Like, at all? That was the whole thing, right? His, like, great... That's his, like, relic sword was from that time, right? Or am I tripping? I could be tripping. Why does that say 0 out of 1? Beneath the village. Target area go. Where's the target? Where are we going? It doesn't even say anything. Oh, are we going to the coffin? I guess that makes sense, right? The way we've always done. We need to break into AFK headquarters and read the secret files to find out that exactly. We need to find the receipts. Is it over and then the quest just didn't refresh, or like what's happening? It says 0 out of 1. What? Ooh, ooh, ooh. It seems like there's a note on the floor as well, so I'm gonna actually take this. Professor Stewart, I became a Serene Lyceum professor yesterday, finally fulfilling our long... Oh wait, did I already read this? I feel like I read this last week. Yeah, Lorraine. I remember reading Lorraine, because Lorraine was one of my favorite characters in Dungeon Fighter. Throwback! I won't Wait. I kind of want to get away from this area so that it forces us to teleport. Okay, actually what I'm going to do is leave this area completely and then teleport over here, right? And then I'm going to try to trigger this again. Target area. This cannot be the target area. It must be glitching. Oh, a mimic! Is that a free run mimic? I think I got a similar crash. I recapped the ending. I want to play Dungeon Fighter again, but the new gearing system confounds me. You see, I would play Dungeon Fighter again, but I feel like there's not enough, like, action. And also, I don't remember the story at all. Like, with Mabby, I remembered the story. I'm going to go ahead and close AFK Journey, and I'm going to try to open it again to see if it does something. So with Mabby, I remembered the story pretty well, and I remember liking certain characters and certain ones, but at the same time, I don't feel like I read that intensively with Dungeon Fighter, so when I played it again, I was completely, like, caught off guard. I didn't know what was happening. We have to wait for the loading screen so we can go back playing the game. The Dungeon Fighter story was wholly throwaway for me, lol. I don't remember if it was good or bad. So what I remember when I played it that, like, one time was I did like the character that we were playing as. And if I remember correctly, so I played as the mage, female mage, and we were trying to, like, go through time to maybe catch someone. I think that's what we were trying to do. But then that would mess with the time zones. So I feel, not time zone, but timeline. So I think where I left off was, like, trying to make sure that nothing changes. And then people had beef with me because I didn't save certain people who died the first time. And I was kind of like, my character was sad for taking the blame, you know? But their job is to just maintain the timeline, not to save all these people. So, I think I remember liking the character. And I remember really loving female mage as a kid. But that was more of an aesthetic thing because if you, remember, my taste has not really changed that much since, like, being a kid. I still have, like, the same... I have just, like, a more refined palette now. But the general style is the same. So let me pull up a picture of the female mage, and you'll see why I was interested in the female mage compared to, like, other characters. Like, oh my gosh, that outfit is so gorgeous. Close this, open this. Make this wider. Like, look at this. Like, this outfit is gorgeous. I'd wear that. And, like, it's so pretty. Let me find another one. This was, like, kind of close to her default look. It wasn't like this. This is pretty, though. What is this? Like, this is pretty. So, like, yeah, she was my favorite. I loved her. This might actually be the default. Maybe this one? I don't remember anymore. So yeah, my style is largely the same. The chibi is what I remember you from before I followed you. Really? That's her default? It's so pretty! So can you see why I like the default, I mean the female mage now? So I liked her, and I think if I remember correctly, like her storyline was that her whole planet was destroyed. If I remember, like, there's like bits and pieces there, but largely, I don't know what we were doing. It's so fab, right? It's so fab. The story also changed again. All the hub areas are completely different now. That's shocking. Is Lorraine still there? She probably isn't. I like Witch, but I ended up going in on Battle Mage. Ooh, Battle Mage. Wait, no. I don't think that's the one I remember. Yeah, I played Witch. Yeah. We are Witch. We are. That is your default, right? So I think I changed my outfit, or like my character overall, because I don't feel like we had outfits before, right? I feel like that was a pretty new thing. Because I had no outfits until I started like literally like going through and playing it again. So I think originally there was no outfits. So it was really just like whatever the default was. I never went back to play Enchantress. Oh, Enchantress. You see, I don't even remember the story. I just generally remember some of the characters. The empty coffin in the graveyard. The mysterious herbal tea recipe. And thank you so much for the bonk. I appreciate it. The mysterious herbal tea recipe. And thank you so much for the bonk again. The truth behind the tea incident. The answers you're chasing may be far away or hidden right under the wings. How I tried to jump that great divide, but I never got the chances you were given. You don't know. Okay, take a seat, and this must be the Professor Hepler? Finally, I can feel my fingers again. Good evening, I'm Hepler. I don't even know why we're here. At Cassidy's house. Cassidy's family warmly welcomes Hepler. Everyone gathers around the table to share a meal. When Cassidy steps away, Sophia gazes after her daughter with a soft sigh. I completely misread that, and I don't really know what happened. Cassidy has told us a lot about you, Professor. Who's bonking her? Right, that's what I'm saying. When your classes first came out, you could buy their class outfits. I see. Oh my gosh, I just noticed this one. This is a pretty outfit too. Is this also Battle Mage? Yeah, Battle Mage. Because I have the picture in the background, okay? So, like, when I see something pretty, I just click it. Yeah, this Battle Mage. Oh, I also love her style. Because if you see her, like, battle effects as well, or, like, her special effects on her thing. Look, I'm sorry for switching the topic. But let me see. What can I Google? Like, moves? Because a lot of them were, like, sweet themed and, like, Halloween-ish. And I really love that because, you know me, my style has not really changed. So, like, to see the sweets, like, that was pretty fire. Like, even on Mabby, I think one of my spirit weapons has Halloween candy as a thing. Can't find it. But there's, like, a lot of pretty effects that have, like, loosely Halloween style. Like this. Like, she summons, like, these guys. I don't know who these guys are. I mean, I guess they're there, but I don't remember them. Daiside. Daiside. Oh. Definitely giving mommy. Like, definitely more on the, like, powerful side. Demon Slayer. Dang, those spies. Okay. That's the homunculus he summoned on Witch. I see. I don't even remember that. Check Check the mission recaps. The side mission is beneath the wing. It's a good ending. Oh, I see. Let me see. The hot milk is doing wonders. Just as perfect as basking on a sunstone. What a life. Thank you for the hospitality. I heard there's a Mauler professor at the Serene Lyceum. You don't see many around here, so I recognized you right away. Cassidy must have talked about me. She did. Our girl lights up whenever she mentions the Lyceum, but... Something's on your mind? Why do you sound so worried? While Cassidy is not here, is there something I'd like to say? Please, ma'am. Cassidy is going to be the next court mage. I'm so proud of her. Of course I am. But traveling to Savannah alone? It keeps me up at night. The royal court isn't a place where knowledge alone carries you. You need to understand people, manners, nuance, how to read the room. And Cassidy, you know how she is. Cassidy will handle it. I'm worried too. Riels says the same thing, but I still can't put my heart at ease. I'm scared she'll be taken advantage of without even knowing it. No, she'll be fine. She struggles with polite small talk, let alone all these court rules and politics. Taken advantage of? No, that's not something that Cassidy would let, happen. But I do feel like she will miss nuances and not make a lot of friends. I only mentioned the class because you like the gothic style outfits. Yes, true. Oh, shoot, this is pretty. Hold on. I saw this in the corner of my eye, too. Those thighs. That's a huge slit on the side. And I don't even hate it on her. Because she actually, there's a reason to look beautiful. That's what it is. Oh, what the? Yeah, that's the entire side piece is missing. I click different things. I know I like gothic style clothes, but I look like this. Just ignore it. She struggles with polite small talk, let alone all the court rules and politics. No parent wants their child to feel the rain. Feel the rain on your skin. Of course. Still, I have had my share of learning how to survive in a place that isn't yours. The Serene Lyceum shelters its young. Among the Mauler clans, survival shapes every life from birth. You mean the cruel coming of age ceremonies? I'm not even going to say this because even though that's what I'm thinking, it is not my place to talk about it and then shame Professor Hepler's family and stuff in front of other people. That's not my place. When I was young, I lived among the Mauler. Clans were often at war, and the weaker ones had no choice but to keep moving. To cover our tracks, the elders would always set out during storms, really fierce ones, the kind no sane person would travel in. Oh my, even the kids had to go straight through the storm? I mean, of course, kids especially. In the Mauler tribes, they're kind of severe out there. Everyone, including the babies. The entire clan knew braving the storm was a gamble, but it would mean a lot worse if the powerful enemy caught up to you. LOL. 100% are... What? CP... Child post-traumatic stress. Wait, true though. True. That's kind of... It's kind of true. It's twice, right? At least twice, because she's been through so much. Oh shoot, I think I skipped some dialogue. I didn't even mean to. That's why the elders are always watching. They care, but don't offer shelter. That's diabolical. I cannot. Even every storm tempers their minds. With each child who grows braver, the clan grows stronger. But Cassidy had it easy her whole life. Whose fault is that? Just kidding. Just kidding. Her days were basically a bad grade. Her hard days were basically a bad grade. I wish I could feel better about her. I mean, I get the concern, but what are you gonna do? Are you gonna shelter her forever? No, she has to step into the real world at some point, right? If it doesn't work out as court mage, she doesn't know that Siren is evil. She doesn't know that, so she doesn't need to worry about that. But the worst that can happen is that she fails at being a court mage and then goes home, and then bam, she's with you again. It's fine. And then she gets a different job as maybe a scholar at the Serene Lyceum. She could be a teacher. She could also be, I don't know, there's options, you know what I mean? So she shouldn't be worried. Not that much. Now, if she knew about Siren, then that would be a whole different thing. Do you really think staying at Cassidy's side every second will help her grow? If she's always sheltered from the wind, with the path cleared for her, when will she ever learn how to fly on her own? I kind of agree and kind of disagree. So, yeah, there's always like, you can't shelter a child forever, and it doesn't do good for them to always be sheltered. And they're gonna find a way to get freedom. You cannot, people just yearn for freedom, I'm telling you. So, it's gonna happen one way or another. So, it might as well be now, right? It might as well be right here, right now. Mauler elders, you don't get XP unless you take damage or deal damage. Pick one. LOL. That's true. Maulers are kind of crazy. This is why I don't really like Maulers, with the exception of Gala and like the people close to her. You know what I mean? Like, I did really vibe with Modra. I do vibe with Corden, but he kind of fell off the deep end on the second half. Like, he was growing so well, and even in the second half, he was still a good guy. He was just grieving, and I understand why he was grieving. So I'm not even mad at him. So I vibe with like those people. But who the Maulers became sort of made me uncomfortable. So like, I don't like how Soren and Elsa had to like fight for themselves, or how what's her name? I was about to call her Leona, but that's not her name. What's her name? Entendre. I don't like how she got banished. I do vibe with Brutus. I vibe with him in a way that, like, I would never, like, be friends with him, but I don't disrespect him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I look at him and I'm like, okay, you're not a bad guy. You're just not my kind of guy. I won't forget Brutus's secret words on believing in fair fights and believing children should be nurtured. 100%. That's, like, standard. That's the weird thing. Brutus was just being, like, a standard dude, letting a kid win a fight or, like, a race or something. But Maulers are so aggressive that his bare minimum is actually stellar. Maulers feel one note with the whole bloodthirsty, battle-worn vibe they have going on. Kind of, but I feel like especially with Thorns of Devotion. So yeah, in Song of Strife, it felt very one note. Other than Soren and Elsa. Soren, Elsa, and Brutus were like the most like diverse people. In Songs of Strife, but in Thorns of Devotion, I felt like it was everybody was really well written, so I enjoyed it. I think I get what you're saying. You hear Cassidy gushing about her father from the kitchen. Yeah, she's clearly proud of what will be served tonight. Her voice draws nearer, and with it comes a rich, tantalizing smell. Cassidy returns to the table with a huge platter of sizzling grilled meat. Okay, I'm a pass. Just kidding. You get the dialogue if you ask if he was holding back during the test trial. I see. I don't remember exactly what I did, because I didn't really enjoy Song of Strife. Like, I liked some of the characters in it. Like, I liked Entendre, and I like Citrana. You can be mad at me for liking Citrana. I know she gets a lot of hate, but I actually like Citrana. I think she's a good character. I like Soren and Elsa. I feel like they have a good dynamic with each other, because probably I wouldn't like Soren. If it was any other, like, situation, I feel like I would dislike Soren, but because he was paired with Elsa, they kind of balanced each other out a little bit. Last I checked, if you feel like, check Glacier Master. Okay, I'm gonna look that up as soon as I finish reading this. Okay, so we finished reading that, so let's look it up. Dungeon Fighter Glacier Master. Glacier is such a weird word. Which Eevee evolution do you like the least? I know Glaceon gets a lot of hate. Do you feel the same way? Personally, I can't stand Leafeon, but I think we already know. Ooh, I like this design. Hold on. Let me, at least from, like, let me look at the more pictures, and then, like, get a vibe overall. So what is this? Is this, like, some sort of, like, cutscene from what, like, the special move? Some of these feel very different. I kind of... Okay, so I feel like if both of them are combined, because there's some... Like, this is very pretty. If both aspects are, like... There's some things that I like and some things that I dislike for every single, like, picture. What's going on here? Oh, the vampire dude. Is he even a vampire? I don't know. He just looks like one. Like, I like the red eyes. I wish they didn't give him, like, blue eyes in this scene. But this outfit is better than this outfit. In my opinion. It is my opinion. I feel like the red eyes make it pop a lot more. Some shots are better than others as well. Like, I feel like it looks better here than it does here. Like, with the hair. I mean the hair. I understand it's the same style, but I don't know. Like, it feels like it flows better here than in here. Was that not just Silver the Hedgehog Ginka? LOL. That's kind of diabolical, but kind of true. Flareon, probably his ultimate. They're all his awakenings. I see. Flareon, you don't like Flareon? Ooh, like, I kind of understand. I kind of understand, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like Leafeon myself. And when somebody hated on Sylveon, I was so confused. So I'm not a Sylveon girly. I never have been, never will be. But I don't know. Like, how can you like hate it? I think his eyes turn blue the stronger he gets. I see. I actually prefer the red. I feel like it makes the design pop a little bit more. Now let me get to the recap, because Wilden said I missed something. Good ending of... I forgot how to get to the recap. Beneath the Wings. And the ending, right? The red eyes is his first awakening. I see. I don't even know what awakenings is. I hate Sylveon because it's a fairy. True. Okay, I can get that. Because the fairy typing kind of messed everything up, and then Sylveon was kind of the pioneer for the fairy type. I don't even know if she was like the first fairy, but like people were changing. Like, I think Jigglypuff became a fairy out of nowhere. Because the fairy type was introduced. So then, like, normal types, some of them became fairy. Elsa and Soren are definitely the best in Song of Strife, although I hope we get more of Elsa since Soren got to fight Forestro. I'm waiting for Elsa's moment. I agree, Wilden. I agree. Because, like, they were both the chosen one, but it was definitely a Soren story. You know what I mean? Vaporeon definitely outmogs Flareon and Jolteon. Okay. Like, I'll go with it. But still, I don't know. I don't know. You see, I love Jolteon. And I don't know, it feels like slander when we compare. Like, we don't need to compare 3 icons, which is how I feel. I think it's specifically a normal fairy that triggers me. What did we miss, Wilden? What am I looking up? Check the mission recaps. The side mission is Beneath the Wings, a good ending. Okay, so I'm gonna look up, talk to Zor. Oh, no. I don't think this is it. Wait, is it this again and I just missed it? The very bottom? Okay. So let's go back to Empty Coffin, Buried. This one then. Okay. What was it? Trace of Magic, Abandoned Coffin. Oh my gosh, Trace Magic, Empty Coffin. It's diabolical that they put empty and... What the... Does the order matter? Okay. You're right, they're all cute and that's what matters. Right. What happened to Cassidy's house? Is that a cat? Is that a cat over there? Okay, I think we read all this. Deduction. Say it out loud. This is a little payback from an amnesiac. Made to relive one of her most embarrassing moments. Years ago, you badly wounded, disappeared without a trace. A rumor of your death followed close behind. Cut off from you, Zoria believed it. So she raised a tomb in the Lyceum graveyard and buried your herbal tea recipe within it. That's kind of crazy. Like, that's how she remembers us. Now you were meant to retire that grave, only for you to stumble upon it and find the recipe she left there. So that's the story I've heard from Professor Zoria often lingers by a certain grave. Don't tell me it was. The coffin is no longer needed. The box and the recipe, ages have passed. I forgot I placed it in there and forgot to retrieve it. Nothing more. That's enough. Head to the tea party. Hold on. Hold it. What is it now? You said that was your favorite student. Does that mean I'm your... Mind your wording. My favorite student once. As a teacher, it's only natural to appreciate an exceptional student. However, after you caused the herbal tea incident, and then 20 similar incidents during your studies, my assessment changed. You're an irritating problem student. That's diabolical. How dare she say that to me? Just kidding. Just kidding. You're allowed to have your own opinion. Irritating? That's brutal. It was brutal. Come to think of it, why didn't you throw away the recipe instead of putting it in the coffin, since you loathe the herbal tea incident? You have kept it for years in access to find your favorite recipe. Could it be that you don't actually hate herbal tea? I never said that I don't like it. From an administrative standpoint, the herbal tea incident was a disaster, yet it gave birth to a number of excellent blends. The misconception likely stems from appearances. A gargoyle-like body makes drinking look like I'm dousing my head with tea. True. What? You can simply lift the cup, even a gargoyle-like body, no? She's joking. Such a dry joke. I didn't even get the joke. Huh? That was just a joke? She's so tsundere. Just say what you missed us, right? Like, oh my gosh, it's so simple. Just kidding. And she really did mourn us, because she didn't have to prepare an empty grave. She could have just like moved on because they didn't even find my body. She obviously cared. Once I believed you were gone, I could not drink tea without being reminded of you, Merlin. That's all. That's severe. Like, that's severe. So I quit it. So Lee's mistook that as hatred for herbal tea. Now you've returned, let bygones be bygones. Now, have you reached the final answer? Lemar and Professor Zoria's favorite recipe is Cassidy's cold brew. The unique sour and spicy tea, that's diabolical and should not have happened. The original recipe. I'm gonna say Cassidy's cold brew, because that's like a direct... Because, okay, let me think about it. Because Cassidy's cold brew is like a direct, like, inspiration. You know what I mean? Because the reason why my tea was special was because it inspired other people. So this is cool. But then my tea was the one that started it all. But my tea also started it all. So Cassidy's was like the happy parts of that. And then the original recipe caused a craze and made everybody miserable. So we're going to go with Cassidy's cold brew. I love my sparkling iced tea, but that can't be the right answer. I believe the recipe Lemar and Zoria cherish most is the one that you wrote, Magister Merlin. The source of the entire craze, an unheard of blend born from curiosity and the hunger to know. Imagine if Zoria looked... No, it was yours. Imagine. A proper mage pursues magic, but a life means more than that. Say no to idolization. Keep challenging. Keep questioning. Let your imagination run wild and then create with courage. That is what Lemar and I always wanted a student to have. Coming from you means a lot. Are you possessed or something? That's so rude. That's so rude. That is the standard the Lyceum tries to raise. Clearly, your missing memories remain extensive. The sour spicy tea makes sense if it's a cold brew, but it might be an acquired taste. I kind of want to try it. You know, like it makes me so curious. Like, how would you make a sweet and spicy tea? Because the way I'm thinking about it, oh no, it's not sweet and spicy. It's sour and spicy, right? So the vision I'm thinking is like getting Sour Patch Kids and then like boiling them and using that as like the sugar, right? And that's how you get the sour, because it has the citric acid. You could even throw in more citric acid, now that I'm thinking about it. And then a hot tea, so like cinnamon. What are we doing? So that must be it, right? Sour Patch Kids and cinnamon tea. We could try it one day. Kind of like how Thai is spicy, but not hot, if that makes sense. Right. Right. Or ginger. Ginger, too. Ooh. Wait. I love ginger tea. What if we did ginger tea with citric acid? How would that taste? It would be sour, right? Imagine. Girl, lemon lime right there. True. Your missing memory remain extensive. I'm trying to think. What would be the best way to get that sour spice, though? So I think the answer would be to get ginger tea and then throw it on a lemon and then eat the lemon, right? So that you get like that immediate like sour. And then you can get the tea that's kind of like hottish. Besides, those words are not new. I said them at your grave once. The only difference is that you're here before me now. The riddle is solved. Go make the tea. Time to honor your promise of Lamar. You raise your cup. Raise the glass to freedom. Oh my gosh, lemon ginger tea is probably what she was talking about. Oh! Dude, you're right. You're right, Serena. Is your name Serena or Serena? I've heard it both ways. We might have overfought it. We really did. We really did. I was out here talking about using citric acid. I feel like I was cooking, though. You know what? That's the point. Creativity, remember? Don't idolize recipes. Make your own. Sharing tea together in a long-delayed gather. You raise your cups at the place where Lamar will soon rest in peace, sharing tea together in this long-delayed gathering. Encircled by noble souls, you picture the road forward. What exciting adventures will tomorrow bring? When will the mysteries around you and Zoria's past finally be unraveled? Gravestones remain silent. The little bat perched atop the gargoyle hops down, tucks itself beneath its wings, and takes tiny sips of tea. The answer you're chasing might be distant. Or maybe it's been hiding. Just under the wings. And now I have nothing left to lose. It appears we were more of a scene making chaotic in the past than imagined, but inspiring and cheerful giving in the past too. Explains why we get a lot of attention as the most current Merlin. Probably, yeah. Serena. Serena is how it's pronounced. Serena. So like Sailor Moon. Sorry. You probably don't want to be compared to Sailor Moon. How it's pronounced, how you pronounced it is fine though too. Serena. It's cute. Sounds like you shouldn't be allowed in the kitchen. To be honest, I would love that. Please. I hate cooking. Cook for me. But honestly, with someone as renowned as Merlin, they could probably... No. Dolly! Dolly is literally our chef, right? You know what I mean? Like, she's the one that literally works with us all the time. And she knew we were Merlin the whole time. Is this a cat? Like, I have to see the cat. I love cats. Sailor Moon was the inspo. Hey, we love Sailor Moon. My angel! Look at you! Okay. Wait, this is... Yeah, this is Cassidy's house. So she has a cat. Serena for her English name and Claire because Claire de Lune. Is that a movie? I feel like I've seen that movie. Like a black and white old movie. I figured the original, since it was the spark that left embers of inspiration that they loved. Right. You see, I didn't want to be arrogant, you know, like, oh wow, this is amazing. It smells just like the Mahler bonfire feast. You don't gotta, it's literally like one turkey. Like, you don't have to, like, lift it up that much, you know what I mean? Hepler looks blissed out. This is definitely hitting the mark. Okay, I mean, sure. My dad's signature. Enjoy. Tell him Celise is worried. No. Tell him his leave is almost over. You're incredibly direct about it. I like it, though. Better than those high-ranking mages who talk in riddles and call it wisdom. That's diabolical. What you said back in the forest, Professor Hepler. I'm still stuck on it. I'm so in love with you. It's a musical piece? Oh, Claire de Lune. Lune. I figure, oh, is a musical piece? Maybe. Oh, yeah, maybe. I miss when we could pet the cats like back in Hollystone. Yeah, I love petting cats. Ah, I want to. I have my own little kitty here. Not in the room with me. It's a music piece by Claude Debussy. You might have heard it at some point. I probably did. I studied music for, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. It's going to sound arrogant when I say it, but I studied music for 10 years. So I've listened to a lot of music, especially I like Baroque music the most. The one that I know least about is the Romantic period and like, yeah, probably Romantic and Classic. But I like Baroque. So the only person that I really know from the Romantic era is Tchaikovsky. Because I love Tchaikovsky. But I love Under the Wings. It reminds me of the MLP Fluttershy story with the Breezies. Ooh, I love Fluttershy. Fluttershy is my #1 favorite pony. Oops. Those birds are badly hurt. Without care, they can die from infection. And what if a predator finds them? I think it would be so cruel if we just stand there and do nothing. I know, but I still advise against it. But they're hurt. The best thing you can do for them is to stop here. Why? I don't get it. Hepler takes another huge bite, then looks Cassie in the eye. We'll go back and check on the flock together after dinner. Some things don't land when you hear them. You need to see them. But for now, I'm not letting this roast go cold. This is what the holidays are for. You circle back to day-to-day life in the Serene Lyceum, with Hepler sharing a few more Mahler stories. Dinner ends on easy, relaxed note. 10 years doesn't sound arrogant with how much you've been singing. It's more passionate, I would say. I'm glad you think so, because I always get nervous when I mention how long I've been studying music, and 10 years was formal study. I still play instruments now. I still play them. But I worry that it's gonna be like, oh, you're bragging, and I hate that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be. Have you ever seen the movie? Not movie. The series. I think it's called Inked. Maybe it was like a TV show where all of these tattoo artists, they like did a competition. It was a competition show, and they were like trying to figure out who was the best tattoo artist. And the person I hated the most was the person who kept saying that they studied oil painting for years, so their art is the best. And I just hate that. Like I was just so upset, and I don't want to be like her. Get good, LOL. I mean, Passing Northwind reminded me of Fluttershy's story. I see this one. The one you're on now. Okay. But, do you know what time it is? 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 Sorry, I don't even know what I'm singing. You know, I used to make up songs when I was bored in class. I guess I still do it. I still make up songs on the spot, but I'm not a composer. Ooh, nobody's playing AFK Journey, and my usual like Elo is not streaming right now. Pei is streaming. Should we do Pei? That's literally our only option. Oh, X Reaper is on playing Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Why do Tom Clancy games always start with Tom Clancy? You know what I mean? Like, I know who made, I mean, I guess I know who made it now, but you know, like Tom Clancy's Rainbow Siege or 6, whatever, I don't even know. That's like if American McGee was like American McGee's Alice, American McGee's Plushie Dreadful, American McGee's Plushie Dreadful's card game. You know, like you don't always have to say who. I guess it's like Jason Derulo, how they added that to every single song. It's hammer time. Do 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 do. Can't touch this. But yes. Let me yes, I think I've seen some episodes of that show. Tattoo artists have an unfortunate reputation for being arrogant. Really, do they now? Because I really liked some of the tattoo artists, but I couldn't stand the one who was like, I've been studying art for 25 years or something. Because she was, I don't even want to be disrespectful, but she was one of the oldest competitors. And her art was good. I'm not even going to cap. It was good. But that level of arrogance is unacceptable. I don't care how much you can back it up. Remember how I said like a few times, like a few weeks ago or something, I said I have to have the largest ego in the room. She clearly had more ego than me, and then I have issue with that. Just kidding. Just kidding. Kind of. Not really though. But thank you so much for coming, everyone. Have a good night or morning. See you guys next time. And Roar, welcome in, but also goodbye. See you next time. Love you guys and stay sweet. I love this season. The Tower of the Past and the Side of Stories Felt to Die For. They're really good. I know they are so good. But bye. Love you.